Good evening and welcome. I'm Sarah Denny, Senior Class President and Student Body President. We are here tonight for the commencement exercises of Thomas Jefferson's Senior High School Class of 2002. Right now I'd like to introduce to you, on my right side, Pat Lubers, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Janet Pladsen, Board members Tim Culver, Mark Hibbs, Jim Sorum, and Arlene Bush. On my left, Art Seplack, board members Bonnie Knoll, Chris Scanlon, Trudy Ingebretson, and Superintendent Dr. Gary Prest and Principal Lyle Odland. Now please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would now like to introduce the Jefferson Concert Choir and Concert Band in performing the National Anthem.
Good evening. My name is Reed Robinson, and I'm the Senior Class Vice President. And if you would please, I would like it if you join me in a moment of silence as we give thanks for the years past and as we remember Thomas Burnett Jr. and those who have left us. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce the Jefferson Concert Choir with a musical selection entitled, I Wish You Well, My Friend.
I remember the first day of school Pep Fest, walking out and looking at the senior class section and just thinking, wow, I can't believe we're already seniors. Then, as that day passed, our first day of high school. And as the year continued on, with our last homecoming, our last football game, and our last dance at our last prom, etc. And the year went on with everything being the last time. I tried to take it back and take it all in. It's a feeling you don't get until you're a senior. All of a sudden, everything seems so real. And you come to the realization that you've grown a lot and matured, made many great memories, and built friendships, all of which are a part of who you've become. You realize how many things have impacted your life, such things as the tragedy of September 11th, an event that brought our school together with a bond never known before that day. It gave everyone a renewed strength, it united us, and we all learned a great deal from it. For some, it really hit home, but everyone had that same look of despair and heartache on their face, a look that lasted the week and beyond. From it all, we really learned how precious life really is and how grateful we should be. As the days and the next couple of months pass by, things will change. We now must make decisions as adults. Some of us have already chosen the path that will lead to our goals and our dreams, and others may still be at crossroads. Some of us are off to college, some are immediately entering the workforce, and some will get married and start families, and some will be going off to defend our country. Whatever choice you have decided to make, don't lose sight of who you are and trust your heart. Despite all of these very different steps we're all about to take, what we can expect and look forward to can be summed up in this anonymous passage. The road is long and the journey is rough. At times it seems hard to find strength enough. But through it all, the ups and downs, we learn to smile despite the frowns. We learn to share our joy and pain, to share without expecting gain. We learn to give a helping hand and how to lean when we can't stand. We learn the difference between right and wrong, to stand for right and always stand strong. Though this road is hard and seems so long, it's how we find where we belong. Because it's only through life's bends and turns that we can truly grow and truly learn. As I look out onto all your faces, I see this glow of happiness. All of you have so much to give, and so let that light shine through and follow your heart, your dreams, and believe in yourself. I would like to leave you with these wise words of Ralph Waldo Emerson that do a great job of summing up what I think we should aim for at this point on. To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. Congratulations and best wishes. I would now like to introduce to you an original speech written by Christopher Lane entitled, How We Will Be Remembered.
Good evening. No regrets, no regrets. That, in its entirety, was the pep talk before the state final boys soccer game. No rah-rah speech, no win one for the Gipper, and no last-minute changes. However, that was exactly what our team needed. We lost the game, but nobody had any regrets. Everyone looks back fondly on the great times and all of the hard work. Teachers, friends, parents, all have memories of their high school experience. Most have fond memories, some funny, some sad, some stressful. Some have regrets, but others do not. However, whenever the name high school is brought up, everyone has an image. And these images will live with us for the rest of our lives. Academics, athletics, music, and friends are forever ingrained in our mind. For most, these are good times that we will all remember and cherish. September 11, 2001, There also are other events that are part of our high school experience. These events define who we are and what may ultimately affect our contribution to society. Never again will our high school years just be sporting events, prom, or homecoming. We will all remember Mr. Odlin over the intercom saying, "Pardon the interruption, but 2 planes have struck the World Trade Center and another is down in Washington, D.C." We have experienced something life-changing, and it will forever define our generation. For our grandparents or great-grandparents, many of whom are here today, they were defined by the October 17th stock market crash, December 7th at Pearl Harbor, or the Korean War. They have been labeled the greatest generation because of the sacrifices they made for the greater good. For our parents, Vietnam, civil rights protests, and marches have coined the baby boom generation. Affluence and apathy have defined Generation X and Generation Next. For us, there's no name that conjures up who we are, but we know that the events of 9/11 will be defining moments for us who are starting our lives. At this moment, we look forward to a whole world of opportunity. How we use this opportunity will define the name our generation will bear. Many are going off to college, many are going off into the working world. All will have an impact on society. Some greater than others, but we, Thomas Jefferson Class of 2002, will affect how the world works. We are the first class to graduate post 9/11. With that, we bring all of our positives, our negatives, and our inexperiences into the world. We have been given the tools through our education to impact the world in a positive way. Our skills and trades can do wonders in the sometimes terrifying but always challenging times. How we respond as individuals and as a generation will make a difference. Jefferson Class of 2002, we have experienced a rite of passage, graduation. We no longer look forward to high school sporting events or seeing Connection perform, but now we focus on impacting the world in which we live in and changing things for the better. Our education and experiences at Jefferson have given us the tools, and it is now our choice what to do with them. So, as we leave Jefferson High School and go out into the world, we look forward to each new challenge and opportunity. Let's live our lives with no regrets. And as a generation, let's make a name for ourselves.
Next, I would like to introduce an original speech written by Jamie Ort entitled, "A Look to the Past for the Journey Ahead."
Summer is just around the corner, and I am more than ready for it. It's the last day of school, and watching that second hand spin around and around, I realize that soon I will hear that bell for the very last time. Many times I've sat and watched the clock and wanted nothing more than for that bell to ring, concluding the school day. But today was different. Today was, well, the end. But to every end there must be a beginning, and for every beginning there must be a story. So what will your story be? Let's imagine you are 25 years older and are asked to return to Jefferson to walk the halls one last time. What are you going to remember? Peering into deserted classrooms and roaming the halls that you once knew so well, all you hear is the echoing of footsteps, and those footsteps are your own. As you close your eyes, reality slowly fades, and your footsteps are joined by others. You see the halls fill with smiling faces and exuberant adolescents of days gone by. You continue walking among laughing students and patient teachers to find that you recognize many of the faces. No one can hear you, see you, or communicate with you in any way, but you stop every once in a while to reflect and remember what it was like to be a part of this high school. Finally, you reach your destination and stumble upon yourself standing in that same old familiar spot. You watch how you interact with friends, and how affectionately you respond to all those you come in contact with. Wanting a better look, you move closer and stop when you see your reflection in a glass door. You are not that same enthusiastic teenager anymore. How did time slip away from you so quickly? High school brought so much to our lives. It was what we looked forward to those first 8 long years of school. And once we became freshmen, we thought, it's all going to be different now. And it was. High school was a time for excitement, new challenges, more freedom, growing relationships, and tough decisions. Most importantly, though, high school was what we made of it. Each graduate sitting here tonight has a different memory or feeling about high school that will make them remember these past 4 years for the rest of their lives. And that's how it should be, because each and every one of us is different in our own way. Everyone had their place in our school, and each individual offered something special that will forever be remembered inside Jefferson's walls. From arts to academics to sports, we all have succeeded in at least one area, and we should be proud to look back on what we have accomplished and how we believed in ourselves. Graduation should be a time for endings, for goodbyes, and remembering. But when the feelings of sadness are over, what do we have left? We have the knowledge. From our experiences at Jefferson, we have all learned much more than just how to give an IES speech or how to multiply and divide polynomials. We have learned life lessons. We taught each other as well as ourselves, improved our leadership skills, found the importance of good friendships, and most of all, we learned more about ourselves and our character. From starting to drive, to going to dances, to getting an extended curfew, life in high school has been one tremendous experience that I know is going to help me in the future, and I hope it does the same for all of you. A future full of surprises, new challenges, and friendships is about to begin. And just as I am ready for a summer full of fun and final memories, I'm also ready for what awaits me next fall. Learning to adapt is going to take time, and it's going to be rough. But I trust that wherever we all end up next year, whatever road we choose as our own, we will always have something planted in the place we once called home. Don't forget the life you lived at Jefferson, for these memories will be cherished later on. With wisdom and strength, we will continue our journey that has only just begun. And as Henry David Thoreau said, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you imagined. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce Andrea Patnode with an original speech entitled Amigos.
It is a fact that all kids cannot wait to grow up. They cannot wait to go out to eat and sit at their own table with a group of friends. They cannot wait to drive or to go to high school or to turn 21. They cannot wait to have all the fun privileges of being an adult. This is especially true for those of us kids who are younger siblings. We had to sit by and watch our older brothers and sisters, who we know we are smarter and more mature than, get their licenses and go off to colleges and start new lives. All the while we stayed at home getting rides to the bowling alley from our parents. Well, I have an older sister who graduated from high school 4 years ago, and ever since that time, I've been waiting desperately for the day when I get to move out of the house and start college. As a freshman, it seemed that day would never come, but here it is. In a few short months, I will move out, and the truth is, I don't know what I couldn't wait for. The time has come, and I'm thinking more of what I will miss than what lies ahead. Don't get me wrong, I'm still extremely excited for college to start, but what about the last 13 years? I have lived in Bloomington in the same house all of my life, and even though a few of my close friends have moved away, I still see almost every day the same kids I played big bass with at Kids Quest when I was 8. In fact, one of my best friends today used to drive me crazy in preschool. But starting in mid-August, each day we will say goodbye to someone who we called a friend. As some of you may know, I am a huge movie freak, and normally when I'm having trouble explaining myself, I speak in terms of movies. Well, a particular part of one movie came to mind while I was thinking about the future. The movie was Down to You, and although it's not the best movie, there's this really great part. Freddie Prinze Jr. and Julia Stiles, who used to date each other, meet again after a year apart, and Julia's character said something that has stuck with me. She said, "My fear is that one day we will pass each other on the street and have that artificial conversation." Although she was speaking more of a romantic relationship, I feel the same way about my friends. For years, we have shared our true feelings about everything, yet soon we may only talk about the weather and other things that no one really cares about. And that is my one true fear, because I'm probably not going to miss waking up at 6 in the morning, or those great pep fests, or school lunches. Wait, I will miss toasted cheese. And I'm not too scared of moving away and meeting new people and learning a new way of life. But I am terrified that in 5 months and then 1 year and then a decade later, I won't know where she is living or if he is married or whatever. I'm terrified that these past 13 years spent with basically the same 400 people will be forgotten. And even though I would like everyone to forget about things like my boy stage and that incident with a car, I'm willing to keep remembering the bad in order to still have the good times. For I will cherish them forever, and I hope you all will too. So thank you all for being outstanding friends, if not to me, then to someone else. Thank you, teachers and faculty, for showing up every day. And thank you, parents, for giving most of us a comforting place to call home. Thank you all again, and congratulations to the class of 2002.
Thank you, speakers. I'd like to introduce the Jefferson Concert Band with their musical selection, Shenandoah. Thank you, concert band. Now please join me in welcoming the class of 2002 honors graduate, David, better known as Treb Allen.
Good evening. Thank you. Don't worry, I got something. Prestigious universities all over the world conduct ceremonies just like this one in Latin. In honor of this respected tradition, I thought I'd say the following. Udge, Ukle, Adjuitsgre. Thank you very much. And I'd like to present the Jefferson Connection, which is performing Prayer of the Children.
Crying, who will help me? faculty, staff, platform guests, family members, friends, and most of all, graduates of 2002. It is a great honor for me to be here in front of you and to have been principal of your school during these 4 years. I want to thank all of you parents, grandparents, family members for all the love and support that you've given to these students, our students. Class members, you and I came to Jefferson at the same time 4 years ago, and now we'll be leaving at the same time, going in many different directions. Some of you will be going to work, some of you will be going to military service, many of you will be going to college. As you've all experienced many successes, some of you have had some great disappointments as well. But the fact of the matter is, you've pulled yourself up and you've continued on your way. All of us at Jefferson are extremely proud of you, each and every one of you, as well as your personal accomplishments. As you start your new life and your new chapter of life, remember to choose well, stay true to yourself. Don't let the pressures cause you to make serious mistakes. Follow your dreams and enjoy your wonderful journey in this new life ahead. Most of you know that this is the season for many types of greeting cards. I too have seen some greeting cards, and one especially has a very important message for all of you. It goes something like this: life is a wonderful journey. We all must travel our own unique way, with memories behind us and dreams ahead of us, and a brand new beginning each day. May you always find new roads to travel and new horizons to explore, new dreams to call your own. Congratulations, class of 2002. Dr. Prest, as principal of Thomas Jefferson High School of Bloomington, Minnesota, and with the responsibilities vested in me by the state of Minnesota as well as our Bloomington Board of Education, I certify with a great deal of pride that these students seated before us have completed all the requirements necessary to receive a high school diploma here this evening. I present to you the class from Thomas Jefferson High School of Bloomington, Minnesota, the class of 2002.
And I'd just like to acknowledge before our congratulatory remarks the contributions of Principal Lyle Odland, who indeed has served well with you during the last 4 years. As a matter of fact, who told me that the reason he was retiring this year is because there was no way that you could top the class of 2002. Let's express our appreciation of Principal Odland. On behalf of the Board of Education, the administration, the faculty, and the staff of the entire Bloomington Public Schools, I extend greetings to parents, grandparents, family, and friends, and to our seniors, our deepest congratulations. Dear seniors, your tenure in the Bloomington Public Schools will be ending shortly. In a few minutes, you'll be walking across this stage to be awarded your high school diploma. The actual awarding will only take a few seconds, but what a powerful few seconds. What transpires in that brief moment will signify two things of great importance. First, you have reached a mark of education, of knowledge and skills that only the most blessed in the history of humankind have attained. While in this century and in this country, we may take for granted the notion of a public education for all, your ancestors would envy
your explorations and learnings of the world, especially to know that every day you learn from mathematicians, scientists, musicians, poets, writers, technicians, artists, sociologists, economists, historians, all going by the honored title, teacher. And not just your beloved teachers at Jefferson High School, but each one who has touched your lives following that first moment you crossed the threshold of your kindergarten classroom. Second, as you accept your diploma, you also accept the responsibilities of an educated person. Our school namesake, Thomas Jefferson, said it simply and well. If the condition of humankind is to be progressively ameliorated, as we fondly hope and believe, education will be the chief instrument in effecting it. As a nation, we are rocked to our core by the tragic and world-changing events of September 11th. In a heartbeat, our great country rediscovered the courage and resolve necessary to defend freedom, to rise above adversity, to take action. This was illustrated clearly by Jefferson alumni Thomas Burnett and his fellow passengers on Flight 93, by New York City firefighters and police, by service men and women suddenly called to action, by ordinary citizens from all across our country who answered the call in many different ways. The Bloomington Public School mission states, for each of you to thrive in a rapidly changing world, regardless of the change. Do you see your responsibility? Do you see your challenge? Even as you celebrate tonight, you are called to bring benefit to others, to strengthen our country, and as Chris Lang said in his speech, to rise to the standards of the greatest generation. Lily Tomlin once quipped, I used to say, somebody ought to do something about that. And then I realized I was somebody. So go forth. Know that you are somebody, an educated somebody. Commit to keep learning and growing, and do good in this world. Our strength will ultimately rest in your contributions. Finally, one last photo opportunity for your parents before you graduate. I'd ask all you seniors to stand, please. Not one of you got here to this moment tonight without the love, support, encouragement, discipline of those who care deeply about you. Family, friends, teachers. Tonight, many are here to celebrate with you, and I think it's right and appropriate that you express to them a measure of appreciation. So on the count of 3, we'll all turn around and show them how much you appreciate their efforts on your behalf. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, seniors. Turn forward and have your seat as we prepare for your graduation. Thank you.
Patrick D. Albion.
David West Allen III.
Jennifer Elizabeth Allen.
Amy Ruth Allman.
Ashley L. Altoff. John Robert Anderson,
Kristen Arlene Anderson,
Thomas Christopher Anderson,
Aaron S. Andreen,
Jillian Way Angel,
Robert D. Arnold,
Nicole Marie Aschenbrenner,
Demetrius John Athanaskopoulos,
Stephanie Lynn Austin,
Michelle Suzanne Barber,
Amy Lee Barmore,
Joseph Patrick Bartolotta,
Anne Elizabeth Boffman,
Brian Winter Beal,
Daniel Eric Becken,
Stephanie Susan Bell,
Christopher John Belmore, Adam Lawrence Benson,
Brian James Bermel,
Michael John Bernhagen,
Katie Ann Berzilius,
Kirsten Jean Berzilius,
Hitasha Kaur Bhatia,
Xavier G. Bickett,
Nicole Lynn Begalki,
James Jeffrey Burney,
Jeffrey Raymond Bischoff,
Stephen Michael Bischoff,
Catherine Lee Blake,
Dana Marie Blundy,
Kyle Peter Bow,
Pasita Nicole D. Bonsha,
Elliot Michael Borgstall,
Joshua Evan Borkin,
Sarah Yvonne Boutros,
Jamie Elizabeth Brandinger,
Eric Christopher Brandes,
Lauren Elizabeth Bromander,
Daniel Patrick Bronson,
Jacqueline K. Brooks,
Kelly Ann Brown,
David John Brose,
Lucas J. Brunn,
Stephen Michael Buck,
Thomas Donald Burns,
Michael Scott By,
Caitlin Marie Carlson,
Timothy Joseph Carr,
William Leo Kavanaugh, Paula Choi,
Kyle James Christensen,
Courtney Nicole Christian,
Daniel Lee Clemerson,
Danielle K. Clove,
Evan Garrett Cobb,
Sharon Elizabeth Cole,
Jennifer Lynn Comstock,
Kimberly Ann Cosart,
Carrie Lynn Kraft,
Angela Marie Kress,
Anne Marie Culver,
Brian Michael Cummings,
John W. Dahl,
Alicia M. Dolan,
Andrew John Dalpy,
David Charles Daly,
Tessa J. Daniels,
Scott Alexander Davis,
Cole Joseph Day,
Kristen Rako Dean,
Matthew Takeshi Dean,
Sarah Lynn Denny,
Danielle Marie DeVito,
Lisa M. Dillard,
Nicholas Quimby Dillon,
Elliot Michael Dirks,
Adam Aubrey Durlam,
Anastasia Lynn Dodge,
Michael John Duffy,
Michael Patrick Duffy,
Amelia Morgan Dunwitty,
Michael Christopher Deisty,
James Patrick Eagle,
Jeremy John Earl,
Christopher Hishlin Ebert,
Jeffrey Glenn Ehorn,
Mitchell Paul Eifert,
Danielle Elizabeth Elkins,
Russell Eric Erickson,
Samantha Rose Ernst,
Shane Robert Fascino,
Jennifer Rose Phelan,
Sean Anthony Fawnhorst,
Lauren Brianna Falk,
Andre Allen Christopher Fekete,
Christopher Chek Mon Fong,
Matthew David Forbes,
Jennifer Mary Fox,
Joseph Leonard Fry,
Heather Karen Fritz,
Travis James Funk,
Gianna Louisa Gambucci,
Lindsay Marie Giesemann,
Vanessa Lynn Gale,
Lauren Elizabeth George,
Adam John Gary,
Dana Jane Gervais,
Christopher William Gilbertson,
Megan Elizabeth Jurdy,
Michelle Louise Gamitro,
Jacob Peter Gonyer,
Patricia Marie Gordon,
Nicholas John Gazzola,
John William Gregg,
Shannon Lee Griffin,
Kelly Joy Groff,
Jeffrey Waddell Gullickson,
Daniel Paul Gurska,
Kira Katerina Gustafson,
Landon Scott Gustafson,
Christopher James Gooder,
Alicia Ann Haig,
Joel Samuel Haig,
Kirsten Ann Hagfors,
Joseph Michael Halaska,
Evan Howard Halliday,
Eric David Hallstrom,
Rebecca Elizabeth Hammergren,
Jeffrey A. Hammerstrom,
Mark Edward Hammond,
Philip Michael Hansen,
Richard Allen Hansen,
Wendy Eudora Hansen,
Jack Warren Hansen III,
Rachel Ann Hartford,
John F. Harty, Sarah Jane Haugen,
Megan Elizabeth Hayes,
Kristen Elizabeth Heck,
Jessica Jean Hefner,
Ronnie Marie Hegedus,
Vanessa Jane Hager,
Grace Elizabeth Heim, Joseph Allen Heitzman,
Annie Marie Held,
Megan Kim Heller, Joseph F. Herrick,
Anna Sarah Herskowitz,
Joseph Dustin Holler,
Joseph G. Holopchinsky,
Ricky William Hopkins,
David Paul Hovey,
Irina Hurtado,
Tracy Maureen Immel,
Matthew Thomas Jacklin, Michael Robert Jenniges,
Laura Lynn Gerald, Benjamin Thomas Johnson,
Christiana Lynn Johnson,
Cullen G. Johnson,
Erica Lonnie Johnson,
Heather Renee Johnson,
Jacob Lewis Johnson,
Katie Marie Johnson,
Kelly Marie Johnson,
Luke Johnson,
Philip Wayne Johnson,
Angela Jones,
Alicia Marie Judy,
Melissa Marie Judy,
Barbara Marie Kane,
Allison Marie Karsh,
Joseph David Kauser,
Carol Love Kaiser,
Caitlin Jean Keith,
Kyle Gregory Keller,
Carrie Elizabeth Kelly,
Lindsay Megan Kennedy,
Kevin Patrick Kerber,
Kurti Reddy Kesafarapu,
Sulman Khan,
Gina Sue Kilchaman,
Allison Rose Kildall,
Scott Jason King,
Eric Matthew Kirchner,
James Randolph Kirihara,
Lars Eric Jexrud,
Jana Lee Klein,
Shoshana Ellen Klein,
Nicole Marie Clevin,
Jade Elizabeth Kobold,
Michael David Colkind,
Gwen Ann Cole,
Corey Christopher Kompelin,
Sunil K. Koshi,
Natalie Marie Kranz,
Robert Charles Krug,
Isaac Ding N. Koo,
Kevin Matthew Cutterly,
Stephanie Irene Cutterly,
Christopher Lee Kajawa,
Ryan Christopher Kolka,
Resmi Politardi Korean,
Jeffrey Paul Kurth,
Tracy Ann Kvalbeg,
Zoe Lockenwall,
Andrew Scott Lalem,
Christine Lynn Lamoureux,
Emily Jane Landseidel,
Christopher Peterson Lang,
Brian Thomas Langfels,
Gregory Lee Larson,
Linda Chun Lott,
Kaylin Marie Lottie,
Important E. Leeni,
Carrie Alexandra Lee,
Craig Anthony Lee,
Darren Wallace Lee,
June Young Lee,
Allison Ray Lerke,
Tara Ray Leith,
Christopher Paul LeMay,
Christine D. Leonditis,
Sarah Marie Lewandowski,
Christine Joanne Lotka,
Philip Lersch,
Gregory Ross Lindberg,
Eric Matthew Lindquist,
Katie Ann Lindquist,
Kelly Lynn Lingen,
Siri Coffee Lyles,
Luke Maddox McLean,
Lindsay Aaron Mack,
Peter Gideon Madison,
Paul Michael Mangiamelli,
Catherine Ann Manuel, Michael Joseph Marquardt,
Melissa Ann Mathiasen,
Emily Ann Mazeral,
Daniel Patrick McCarthy,
Kelly Louise McCool,
David J. McCormick, Maureen K. McCullough,
Shannon Marie McDonough,
Benjamin Wesley McEvers IV,
Dana Lindsay McGrath,
Kelly Kathleen McNamara,
Brian Nicole Mensing,
Casey K. McShell,
Nicole Marie Miffick,
Audie Raymond Miller,
Mary Claire Mershakari,
Jennifer Elizabeth Modell,
Elizabeth Ashley Moen,
Kelly Ann Malis,
Megan Mary Molden,
Carrie Elizabeth Monahan,
Carla Morone,
Philip Henry Murtha,
Chase Cortland Nault,
Rebecca Ann Nelson,
Wee Q Win,
Tien Min Win,
Trong Min Win,
Soon Tina Win,
Yen Hong Win,
Kirk J. Norberg,
Allison Margaret Nordberg,
Faith Margaret Noreen,
Jonathan M. Noreen,
Christina Ann Norwich, Jeffrey Joseph Nuss, Adam Thomas O'Neill,
Jamie Lynn Ort, Alyssa Anders Olson,
Gina Ann Olson,
Jessica Kate Olson,
Greg-
Danielle Janet Orange,
Gregory D. Apoyan, Joseph Dean Osland,
Lisa Renee Parrish,
Andrea Lynn Patino,
Sarah L. Paul,
Jenna Nicole Paulzine,
Joseph Nicholas Pavasich III,
Justin Allen Payment,
William Russell Pearson,
Megan L. Peterson,
Conthier Penn,
Timothy Robert Pofall,
Lisa Marie Polson,
Andre Dinesh Prasad,
Andrea Celeste Price,
Nicholas John Prudhomme,
Natalie Chang Ramsey,
Christopher William Reichert,
Angela M. Reed,
Jamie Beth Remy,
Maria Bellen Rennis,
Anne Elizabeth Ripa,
Christopher Matthew Reimer,
Allison Elizabeth Roberts,
Reed McInerney Robinson,
Brian Daniel Roche,
Tori Stephen Roth,
Stephen Robert Rocall,
Christina Ann Rolfus,
Carly Ann Rosendahl,
Megan Marie Rokamp,
Tom Robin Ruckel,
Nicholas Andrew Rude,
Ryan Lee Runnigan,
Maya Lee Rux,
Molly Elizabeth Reebach,
Jeffrey Ian Rishovi,
Amy Margaret Saff,
Leah Basha Salah,
Kimberly Michelle Salick,
Heather Jane Sanders,
Rosina Francis Schiff, Jeremy Richard Schmidt,
Bridget Nicole Schmidt,
James Arnold Schoberl,
Ellen Louise Schofield,
Jessica Lynn Scholberg,
Matthew James Schuffman,
Joseph Tyler Schultz,
Richard Dean Scott,
Jessica Lee Scranton,
Kimberly Ann Scranton,
Matthew John Sexter,
Karen Ann Sheffland,
J. William Skoglund,
Joseph Ryan Slaughter,
Danielle Melissa Smith,
Giselle Monet Smith,
Kelly Francis Smith,
Madeline Bick Smith,
Andrew Charles Soderlund,
Lindsay Margaret Spielman,
David Joseph Stottleman,
Corey A. Stark,
Michael R. Stavig, Catherine Ann Stoltman,
Marcus Richard Chol Strom,
Megan Marie Stuckey,
Matthew David Suddeth,
Rebecca Lenore Supley,
Brian A. Sikora,
Deanna Marie Symington,
Megan Louise Tedonio,
Mike Tiedemanson,
Nolan Shane Teal,
Rainey Page Thies,
Brandon Ray Thompson,
James Jeffrey Hattlestead Thompson,
Alice Tian,
Eric Matthew Tisthammer,
Ty Tran Toe,
Laura Rose Tonkin,
Thomas James Tracy,
Vikram Sohan Uppal,
Daniel T. Van Gilder,
Nicholas Louis Van Wagner,
Catherine Ann Vandervecht,
Brooke S. Veit,
Alexander I. Volmer,
David Condor Vorpal, Brian James Veroniker,
April Joy Waletsko,
Jolene Marie Walker,
Kyle Patrick Weber,
Theodore James Weidenbach,
Kurt Wilhelm Weingart, Zachary S. Weisman,
Julie Marie Wennis,
Gwendolyn K. Westberg,
Jacob Patrick Westergaard,
Craig Robert Westman,
Bethany Kim Wetstedt,
Deanna Lynn Whalen,
Katrina Elizabeth Wiebe,
Troy David Wigton,
Laura Jane Willman,
Jennifer Nicole Wilson,
Christopher Thomas Winchester,
Sean Michael Wolf,
Alexander G. Wolski,
Jehan Yildiz,
Heather Marie Yan,
Thomas Allen Young,
John Thomas Zeiler,
Kelly Amanda Zenk,
Shao Su Zhao,
Nathan John Zilka,
Joseph Edward Zimmer,
Elliot D. Zismer,
Derek Allen Zobel. Congratulations to Jefferson High School's newest alumni, the class of 2002.